Now, sharing your thoughts about your own death is something many would feel uncomfortable doing. But for a mother of three, Gerry Smith from Cheshire, it's a matter that can't be avoided. She has terminal cancer and has been told she may not live to see Christmas.
Now, if you've been watching over the last couple of evenings, you'll know that she invited us to film her in the final months of her life. Her reason for doing that was to highlight the funding crisis for hospices, because she has relied so much on St Anne's in Cheshire recently. Tonight, she talks openly about how she's facing up to the end.
I remember a morning in May, with a sky full of dreams that sailed in that day. There is no manual of 10 easy steps of how to die. What do you do? Who's written the book? I think for most people who are dying, they would honestly tell you it's this closure period that matters. And it's not even about doing things. Most of mine were to do with people. It's saying goodbyes, it's making sure that things are right and that you've left everything as you would want to leave it. There's nothing to be bitter or cross or angry about, there's just things to celebrate. So you have to find the things that you celebrate. And celebrate them and shout them from the rooftops, and you say what's right with the world, not what's wrong. The cup's always got to be, never mind half full, it's got to be 9/10 full, not 9/10 empty. The only time I've got upset about it is I was planting bulbs at the weekend. And I sat at the bottom of the garden and I turned round and I looked at all the beautiful aces in the garden just glowing and shining, and I looked up and thought, I've done this garden, and it was just so sad to think I won't see that autumn again. You know, this is the last autumn and I won't see that acer drop its leaves again, and I started getting upset then. You can't afford for that to take over. Take me home to the My funeral is done and dusted and sorted. Into Riverdance, that's the first one, so they can imagine me in my little box doing my little jiggy with my violin. The only things that aren't are they do encourage you to try to write ahead, particularly because I've got such a young family. They try to encourage you to write ahead letters or videos for, say, their 21sts, or if the girls get married, or if Richard gets married, if they have their own children. I'm not strong enough for that yet. I've done one. I've managed to do one, and that took an awful lot out of me. I suspect that as time runs out a little bit more, you'll find the strength to do it, because you'll feel the urgency of getting that finished. What I give to remember that heavenly state, just a moment in time of mine to create. I'll tell you what my lasting legacy is. It's a comment that two children made at Newhall Green High School coming down a corridor one day, and they said, "We knew it was you coming down the corridor, miss. We could hear you laughing a mile off." That's my legacy. That's my legacy.
She is fantastic.
Her children must be so proud, mustn't they, to have a mum who's holding it together like that. The strength she must give to others.
Sure, just tremendous.
And we've had some emails, haven't we, also of...
We have indeed. I mean, just so many people have been writing in, expressing their admiration for Gerry and indeed St Anne's, but also pointing out not to forget that so many hospices across the region and the country, in fact, are all struggling, and I'm sure that's what Gerry wanted to highlight.
Absolutely. So, and if you would like to see Gerry's films again, they're online at bbc.co.uk/NWT.